Hello, and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 702, coming to you live from somewhere nowhere, Rhode Island. Man, Taco has been in a suit today. It has been a dash of family affairs today, and so we're making it a quick bite because we have second part of service tomorrow and everything like that. But one thing I sort of wanted to touch on was why we do what we do, or why I do what I do. I think sort of one of the things that we all talk about within blockchain is the freedom of financial freedom and acting on financial choices, whether those choices are good or bad, or depending on the outcome. Yes, we're all sort of here to make money, but I think it's really not have other people make more money off of our money than we are. And so one of the things that blockchain brings about is finality of execution and settlements, and so that when your money is in your possession, it is your money, and that's where self-custody really sort of comes into play. It was reminded to me how much that we sort of don't talk about the 101 basics sometimes. And the reason why I bring this up is because one of the biggest things that we can do for the adoption of blockchain is helping other people adopt it. And whether that's family, friends, random strangers. Interestingly, getting sort of recognized tonight from someone not in my circles at all, but whose boyfriend sometimes watches this show, I guess, and she watches it with him, and so that was a very peculiar moment and interesting piece. So for that, as always, I want to thank everyone that joins us now or later. And shout out to everyone on LinkedIn, Player One Taco YouTube, Xerox Degens YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Telegram, Rumble, Kick, on-chain via Unlonely, and on-chain via Soul Media Tech as well. It has been a wild time. So what I wanted to sort of remind is the reason we sort of do this, we tell everyone to break away to go touch grass. That is like the big goal we all have, is to go touch grass, and that's just a way of saying, like, remember to go disconnect for a little bit. And who knows, maybe I'm all up in my feels today after doing 3 days of deep diving within the ecosystems of perpetual trades and leverage trading and different types of DeFi protocols, versus now sort of having that moment to like think and like, oh, family, what do we do this for? And so one answer could be, whether this is for you or someone else, one answer, the reason we do what we do is so that we can teach others about what we do, or teach them how to do it themselves. There's a great saying, you can give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach a man to fish and he feeds himself for life. And so just telling someone, hey, go download MetaMask, well, now what do they do? And that's one of the hardest points, because they don't really know what to buy. And MetaMask does a really good job of sort of keeping it very simple, of just being a tool. I'm a little bit more guarded in pointing people into what to buy. So I start them off with Coinbase and Coinbase rewards, so they can learn about different things and they can earn, and they can figure out how to research themselves, or just see what interests them. And so I suggest and ask that you do the same thing. If you have a Coinbase app, you open it up on that top left hand 9-dot menu. There is invite friends. you get $10 in Bitcoin when they sign up and they've done their first like $100 in trade. And so it benefits you to teach others or to sort of onboard others. And it's one of those easy aspects that you can do as well to get new people on. But just like sometimes you might have difficulty in understanding things that are going on today, with everything that's going on, depending on how long you've been in crypto, you have to how many years or months, or I've been in crypto for over a decade. So I got to roll back a decade's worth of trials and errors and button clicking and learning to tell someone who's like, oh yeah, no, I just started, and help them sort of understand at that basic of a level. We do too much sometimes, and it's because we find people that are interested that we want to like just data dump on them, and we want them to go through 12, 13 years worth of education in 30 seconds, and that overwhelms a lot of people. And so learn how to do it in bite sizes, quick bites. Oh man. But just do it. The greatest advocate for what you believe in is you. So if you believe in blockchain and blockchain technology, you don't need anyone else to talk to someone to help them better understand it. It's you and your passion for what you're doing, because the ideas that of blockchain bring so much more than just ones and zeros of dollars and cents. And so we're really starting to see consumer apps actually start to push that. And we don't need any more dev tools. Come on. But we need the apps to use them. So that was sort of my point tonight. Real quick, and I apologize, nothing super technical, though I am going to give you one of my biggest tips and tricks. As we collect all of this information, we want to keep everything. We try to keep everything digital, and as we're marking down trades and stuff like that, sometimes the number one thing you can do to help with like your rules on trading and stuff like that is writing them down, or just writing one trade down specifically, because then that makes it gets you out of that hype mode, because you've already sort of made an entry and an exit window, and so you're able to pay attention to that a little bit more, and you're able to follow through rather than boomeranging that and writing it back down to zero. Also, sometimes if you're doing complex trades, writing them out on paper first sort of helps give you that idea of what steps you need to take to get it done quickly without sort of losing your way a little bit sometimes along the way. Helps you also understand protocols a little bit better. Writing can bring so much to the table. So the next time you're at an IRL event, be like me and go find as many projects that have notepads as you can, and see what you got to do to get your hands on a pen and notepad from them, because this can be your travel log. You can use one for different protocols, different wallets. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. So that was that's my one trick and trip that I want to sort of pass on tonight before we call it to the end, because it has been a long day, and like I said, we have the second part of the wake tomorrow. So there may or may not be a picture of Taco in a full suit with tie. You're not seeing it right now because I had to breathe after wearing for half a day. So more than half a day, it seems like. But it did happen. Taco was seen by others in a tie. I want to thank everyone for joining us on episode 702. Huge shout out to everyone in Rhode Island. If you're in Rhode Island, you know who you are. Hats and hands off to you. Thank you for all your support. But with that, we're going to bring this episode to a close, and we bring this episode to a close as we bring every single episode to a close with our words of wisdom and the greatest worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. Our words of wisdom are always the same. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth, meaning if no one knows you're looking for opportunity, opportunity can never come knocking. If opportunity does come knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. And with that, we want to wish everyone a great night. Huge shout out and love to Liam. And also, we will see you at Rare Evo next. Get ready for that. We got some talking to do on Rare Evo. But outside of that, we end with the greatest worst knock knock joke, and that is knock knock. Who's there?